The first time my package disappeared, I convinced myself it was a mistake. Maybe the delivery guy left it at the wrong door. Maybe someone picked it up accidentally. But by the third time, when I saw the ripped shipping label tossed carelessly into the community dumpster, I knew exactly who'd taken it. Karen, our neighborhood's self-appointed HOA queen. The woman who patrolled the sidewalks with a clipboard like it was a badge. The woman who once fined me for having a non-regulation garden hose. The woman who smiled at me with sugary sweetness while hiding poison behind her eyes. And now she was stealing from me. What she didn't know was that she was about to open a package she'd never forget. I had moved into the neighborhood only 3 months earlier, hoping for quiet, peace, and a slower pace of life after leaving a stressful job. Instead, I walked straight into a war zone disguised as a suburb, with Karen acting as the general. Everything about me seemed to offend her. My truck was too large, my welcome mat was too bright, and apparently my lawn wasn't wall level pristine. She'd complain, glare, and mutter, but I ignored it. I'd dealt with worse people. But touching my mail, that crossed a line. I filed formal complaints. Nothing happened. The HOA board was basically just Karen and her 2 best friends, her loyal court. They dismissed everything with a wave and a smirk, calling my evidence circumstantial. So, I set a trap. I ordered a new package. But not just any package. This one wasn't valuable, at least not in a traditional sense. Inside was a small battery-powered speaker programmed to scream the second the box was opened. Not a friendly beep. Not a chime. A full volume, blood-curdling horror movie shriek set to go off for a full 3 minutes. I tucked in a glitter bomb for good measure, industrial glitter, the kind used in theaters, the kind that sticks for weeks no matter how much you clean. And then I set up my cameras. The package arrived at noon. I took it inside for 10 minutes, activated my surprise, then placed it back on my doorstep like bait. And Karen, oh, Karen couldn't resist bait. I watched from my window, hidden behind blinds, as she strutted down the sidewalk in her pastel jogging suit, HOA badge lanyard bouncing on her chest. Her eyes landed on the box. She looked around, left, right, then scooped it up with the casual arrogance of someone who'd done it many times before. I followed her, staying far enough behind that she wouldn't notice. She walked right into her garage, hit the button to close the door, and disappeared inside. Perfect. I stayed outside her garage, leaning casually against her mailbox. Then, it happened. A scream split through the quiet cul-de-sac. Not hers, the speaker's. A piercing, echoing shriek that sounded like a demon crossed with a murder victim. Birds flew off trees. Dogs started barking. Porch lights flashed on as neighbors peeked out their doors. Then came her scream. Oh my God. What is this? WHO did this. She burst out of the garage covered in glitter, pink, blue, gold, stuck to her face, hair, clothes, even her teeth. Her pastel jogging suit sparkled like a disco ball from hell. What is happening? I've been attacked. She shrieked, spinning like she could shake it off. I walked forward slowly, recording the entire thing. Karen, is that my package? She froze, eyes wide. No. I was just making sure it wasn't stolen. From my doorway. By taking it into your garage. She stuttered like a car engine refusing to start. It looked suspicious. I was investigating. The screaming part got your attention, huh? Her face twisted into something between rage and humiliation. I am the HOA president. I have every right to inspect suspicious items. I smirked. Funny, because according to the federal mail tampering laws, you don't. Her expression collapsed. Federal? What? Oh yeah, stealing packages is a federal crime. And thanks to my cameras, I held up my phone, I've got full video of you taking the package. Plus this, I waved the glitter-covered evidence around her. This is going to look great in court. She gasped like she'd been slapped. You wouldn't dare. I already filed 2 complaints, I said. And got ignored. So now, I'm taking this to people who can't ignore it. She lunged forward, grabbing my arm. Please. You can't. This was a misunderstanding. That's why you've stolen 3 packages from me. Her mouth fell open, but no sound came out. She knew I had her. Neighbors began walking toward us, whispering, staring, phones out. Everyone saw her sparkling like a tragic Christmas ornament. And everyone now knew what she'd been doing. She backed into her garage, trembling. Fine. What do you want? Simple, I said. I want you off the HOA board. Forever. And I want a written apology to every resident you've bullied. That's extortion. That's mercy. I replied. The alternative is federal charges. She swallowed hard, glitter flakes falling from her eyelashes. Fine, I'll resign. And the apology. She choked on the word. Fine. The next morning, every resident woke up to a printed apology letter taped to their door. A long, overly dramatic, borderline hysterical confession from Karen, blaming stress, confusion, and temporary misjudgment. But the best part wasn't the letter. The best part was that the HOA held an emergency meeting and unanimously voted her out. New leadership was chosen. Reasonable leadership. The community started becoming a place I could finally enjoy. As for Karen, she avoided me like I was radioactive. The glitter stuck to her hair for weeks. Someone said it appeared even when she tried to scrub it off with acetone. And she never stole another package again. Sometimes justice comes from the courts. But sometimes, it comes in a box.